Akaramakallah, ina yini? So, greetings, listeners, and around the world, especially listeners from Nigeria. I am Father Stephen Ojapa. This session is aired on YouTube, Facebook, and on Zoom. Since Nigeria was designated a country of particular concern, there has been many arguments for good and against the claim by concerned Nigerians. One thing everyone did not deny is the fact that there is insecurity in Nigeria. Thanks to social media, we do not rely on the government to know the truth. Many of us have families, friends, neighbors who have either died or have been kidnapped. This week alone, we have over 145 Nigerians missing, as recorded by the Daily Punch of today, 19th of November. The Nigerian foreign minister in the recent podcast with P.S. Morgan said he doesn't know the number of Christians killed since 2009. Neither did he say the number of Muslims killed. The US Congress is beginning a public hearing on the killings in Nigeria. Certainly, the evidence the US government has is massive for them to say the things they say. Today, we are happy to have a renowned Islamic scholar, Sheikh Nura Khalid, also known as a digital imam. Welcome, sir. So therefore, my questions to you, Akaramakallah. The first question, what is your assessment of the killings since the US declared Nigeria a country of particular concern?
Well, I think to start with, we can say that immediately after the declaration of US for Nigeria to be counted as countries with particular concern, we have started seeing a kind of political willing from the government to deal with the issue of killing in Nigeria, to tackle the insecurity. But to my greatest surprise, the end of last week and yesterday was very, very unfortunate. We are going back to the normal business, or even worse than before. You could remember there was a kidnapping in Kebbi State girls' school. We have another incident before. We had another incident before that, which was the killing of our military personnel, including a brigadier general. And I know you are aware of the attack in a church in Kwara State. And I know you will know about the abduction or kidnapping of a Reverend Father in Kaduna. All these are indicating that we are yet to benefit from the declaration, because the declaration to me is a two-edged sword that could be used either negatively or positively. If we can use it to address the issue of insecurity in Nigeria, then we are wise enough to use it positively. But if we fail, then it's going to be negative. So this is my own assessment.
So, well, I'm happy you actually mentioned all the recent happenings just within 2, 3, 4, 5 days that has changed the whole narrative. And my second question to you, sir, is why are some Muslim community making this a Christian Muslim problem when we all know clearly the enemies of the country?
The problem of a society like Nigeria is misinformation and the information. We are not lucky, especially in the northern part of the country, to be very informed. What I mean by this is some people use religion to manipulate the society. And some people politicalize religion, as they did with security. That is why instead of us to look at it from one dimension, that is humanity dimension, that yes, the killing in Nigeria is against humanity. Children, women, and other people, all are victims of what we are seeing or what we are hearing about in our country. Because of misinformation and misunderstanding of what religion stands for, some think that religion is a kind of a way to dividing the society into we and them, into Muslims and Christians. Therefore, if there is a claim from a Christian that there is insecurity, we will now turn it into we and them. That is why you see we are now, instead of calling the government to stop or to bring end to the insecurity, we are now competing with figures about whether it is the victims, whether they are, majority of them, they are Christians or Muslims, which is not supposed to be like that. We have to take it as if any Christian killed by the terrorists is a victim of injustice, is a victim of circumstances, is a victim of failure of governance. He is a victim of inequality and inequity. And as well, if we see a Muslim who was killed in that direction, we have to give it the same meaning, and that will help our society to couple or to tackle the security issue.
Thank you very much, Sheikh. I know that it's it's clear for some people who want it to be very clear, but for some people it is very difficult to understand. For example, we have a lot of people who claim that what is going on in Nigeria is a genocide. It's not a genocide. Just like you said, we are competing over the figures, and then we are competing over whose numbers are higher. But at the back of all of these things are the victims. The victims, for example, I keep asking people, Leah Shaibu, for example, or any other terrorist that is in the hands of any other victim that is in the hands of the terrorists right now, how will he welcome help? Is he going to be asking the help, whether the help is coming from Nigeria or it's coming from outside Nigeria? Does it actually matter to the victim at this moment who is going to help him? Whoever is going to help the victim, I think the victim is going to be more than happy to receive the help. So my next question is that how can the victims of terror in Nigeria find healing? Now, Akadamakala, I know that the atmosphere is still very, very tense. Everybody is still, I'm very angry, by the way, and I'm sure a lot of Nigerians are very angry. So, as fresh as it is now, how can we find healing? Because we're still competing about the figures. The figures are the most important. Oh, it is more Muslim. Oh, it is more Christians. But those who are really hurt at this point, how can they find healing?
I think they can only find healing if the society becomes aware that yes, we are part of the problem and we are all victims. and we must find solution. To start with, we're supposed to show sympathy as people. We're supposed to show not only sympathy, but including empathy with them, that we are feeling as if Laya Sharibu is my own biological daughter. Let me show that to the world, that yes, I feel Chibok girls are the same as my biological daughters. And as well, I feel like the recent Kebi children are like my own biological children. A majority of Nigerians will show this. It is the first step to healing. Now, the second step is by pressurizing the government to do more than what they are doing now. I appreciate what President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said about this recent one, that there is a sign of negligence. But you will ask, why is it that no one is being punished or brought to book up till now within the government? Now, if we can pressurize more the government to do something about the victims, we are moving forward. Then lastly, we have to agree that our concern is for the people to be healed. We don't mind who will be the doctor. Is it a foreign doctor? Is it an internal doctor? Is it family member? Whoever is going to rescue these victims and give them the necessary support, we are welcoming him. The bottom line is that if there is no governance failure, no foreign country will put its mouth in a sovereign country like sovereign country's affair like Nigeria. Now, if somebody is asking, why do the US or any foreign community will come to rescue lives in Nigeria? I will ask him, did he ask why did our country fail to finance its budget until it seeks assistance from a foreign community? If we cannot finance our budget until we have a support, a foreign support, and our people are dying day in, day out by the activities of bandits that we cannot even identify where they are. And at a point, at a point in time, a citizen of the country will identify them and negotiate with them and enter into deal with them. Then what are you telling me? Are we saying that there are citizens who have more intelligence information than the government? Are we saying that there are some people inside the government that are conniving with the terrorists? So if we cannot deal with the terrorists, it is part of healing the wounds of the victims to invite anybody who is willing, who is capable to do it. You may argue that he has interest. Yes, I always say that there is no country in the world that has no interest in other countries except a country that is not serious. If we don't have interest in the US and US has interest in Nigeria, we don't supposed to blame the US. but to blame ourselves for not having interest in the US. So, and if we have interest in the US and we don't know how to pursue our interest, the same thing, we are not supposed to blame US for knowing how to pursue its interests. It is life. That is how it is. It is all about striving to achieve what you want to achieve. The people of Nigeria now are looking for something. We were drawn into an ocean, and if you put something to us, we don't mind whether it is sword or a rope. We are going to hold it to come out. Until when we are out of that ocean, then we'll now consider whether there is wound in the process of coming out. We need somebody to rescue us, whether it is our government or the foreign aid. Lastly, I will tell you that if our government is feeling the way I am feeling, what I am feeling is that the situation we are living in is very unfortunate and something must be done. If they are feeling the same way and they know that they don't want foreign aid in rescuing the life of the citizens of Nigeria, then they should do something as a matter of urgent. We don't have more time to waste. We have wasted a lot of time. This genocide or killing, whatever you call it, depending of your dictionary, you call it killing, you call it genocide, you call it whatever. The bottom line is it started since about 2000. Go back to history, or you can say it since 90 something. I could remember the Tafawa Balewa incident. I can remember the Zangwan Katab incident. I can remember the Plateau, the first, the second, the third, the reoccurrence of the Plateau killings. And then the Boko Haram started. Then we have bandits. We have first the Fulani herders farmers and herders. We now end up having Laukurawas and the Ahmadi. We don't know what next. So it is just a fact that those who are passionate about Nigeria must talk and say, we need security. And we don't mind who bring that security to us. Either you, the government, do it, or somebody else will come and do it. And remember, even the politicians now are inviting US to come and protect the democracy. Thank you.
Okay, before I let you go, sir, I listen to you a lot in Hausa. And I'm not too sure many of my listeners who may not understand Hausa know more about you. And I I like part of the things you say, especially concerning if we are able to receive aid to balance our budget every year, why is it difficult for us to receive aid to protect people who are in trouble? I like that part because that shows the hypocrisy in some of either our politicians or our religious leaders who keep going about to paint a different picture. Now, from tomorrow, the US begins a public probe of this whole thing that is going on in Nigeria about the genocide. And We know that the social media has made people like you very popular. You are called the digital imam, and the US government or many other agencies, they get their information not necessarily from official government statistics. How do you rate the outing that the government is going about trying to paint the picture in a different way compared to the reality that is on ground? What is the reality that you see that is different from the official government position right now that is going on?
Well, I think the government is not doing what it's supposed to be doing. Although they may see me as a layman, I don't know what is governance. That's why I'm speaking the way I'm speaking. Okay, I agree, 100%. But you have the technical how to govern people, why are you waiting for someone to come and prove what is happening in your country? Why will you just be reacting? Do you not, are you not aware that the primary constitutional duty of any government is to protect lives and properties? Now, if the Constitution is telling us that the primary objective of governance is to protect life and properties, and every citizen is aware that that protection is totally absent or somehow absent, then what will you be telling the US now or the international communities? I think the best thing they should do is to accept the fact, yes, there is insecurity in Nigeria, and we are going to deal with it within a short time or period. So the US give us aids, military aids or technical aids or intelligence aid. We are going to deal it ourselves. Give us a time. Call the Christian community. Sit down with them. Tell them what you are planning to do and how to unite the country. I mean, the Christians and the Muslims. We are doing our best to make sure that we are one. But there are some who are romancing with the politicians, who are calling for killing, who are calling for division, who are disintegrating the unity of Nigeria. We are seeing them romancing with the politicians, even with the higher security personnel. So they should stop that. They should start to support any move that is uniting Nigeria. And they should be dealing with those who are calling for disintegration of Nigeria, especially those who are using religion as a tool to disunite Nigeria.
I would like to thank you so very much, the digital imam, Sheikh Nura Khalid. It's an honor listening to you. I've listened to you, like I said, in Hausa very, very well, and I listen to you a lot. And I'm happy that I'm happy that you gave this interview in English so that more English speakers, those who don't follow you in Hausa, can also begin to follow you in English. Mr. Morris, Philip, we just have a few minutes of questions. Mr. Philip? Okay, Mr. Philip is not close by. So I would like to thank you sincerely for joining us in today's edition. We are so honored to have you. We pray that things get better for us in Nigeria. And thank you very much. See you some other time.
Thank you.
All right.
So I have a
bye.
question.
Oh, do you hear that?
I have a question before the imam.
Please go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Let me turn on the camera. Thank you so much, Sheikh Khalid. It's an honor to listen to you this way. I feel I have come very close that I have not imagined before. So I want to thank you for gracing us. And it's good that you are here and Father Stephen is also here. So I really want to put the question out for us to, as religious leaders. Now, I want to give a premise. Looking at the personality of the American president as human, who is not perfect, and we have also known what he did based on their security agencies, waking up overnight and then sending in missiles here and there to destroy nuclear sites. Now, and we have also known that based on what you have also said, Nigeria playing around the whole thing, not taking decisive action, still in denial. With, again, what is happening in the populace, we have seen the rallies in the, that has happened in Kanu because of this singular statement, and then the turnaround of religious bias and how the whole thing is being misinterpreted. I don't know if it is wrong for us to imagine a day where probably the president will wake up and decide to send in missile to some sites in Nigeria, for instance, and then the next day we have reprisal attack here and there happening in the name of religious crisis. If that is not wrong, if we are not wrong in thinking that way, are we as religious leaders taking steps to ensure we don't have these instances replicating in villages, in local communities, if any action is taken in the bushes or in the terrorist sites?
Well, before Sheikh talks, let me just, I know Sheikh will give a broad answer, but for me, I am happy to bring Sheikh on board because I know that he carries a lot of weight in Nigeria, and especially in the northern part of Nigeria. And it's important we highlight his communicating power to the rest of the country. That's why we actually have these kind of conversations and more of these kind of conversations. Please, Sheikh, go ahead.
Well, I think we need to do the needful. What I mean by this is that we don't have to just think of the tendencies. Everything is possible in Nigeria. Everything is possible in Nigeria if we don't think the right way. Now, the right way to think is to look at this as an opportunity to correct our mistakes. And the politicians are supposed to use this in correcting the mistakes of the society by, first of all, bringing the people together, especially to remove the border, the fake border that was built between Christianity. Let's bring them together, discuss this issue. What is the way out? Let's agree that there is problem. And before any action by the US government, tell us, you are the clergymen, tell us what is the way out. If they agree, and I know they will agree to bring a solution, then the security and the government will do their own. But now the most important thing is to unite the country, to unite Christians and Muslims. If not, if the US strike in one area, as he said it, some will go and take a reprisal action against another area. We are living in a country whereby people are moving in the road. Someone will attack them and kill them because someone was killed in another place. So how can we tackle this? Is to start doing something right now by informing the people. I said it earlier, misinformation is one of the problems of Nigeria. So let's start informing people that yes, this is US is not coming on religious basis although they have made a mistake, according to my own perception, by saying they are coming to rescue the Christians. And there are other victims. So let them say it officially that they are coming to rescue Nigerians. They are coming to rescue human beings, so that people will not think that this is a religious war against Islam. This is one of the ways. And the second way is that the government should not allow US to come. They don't have power to stop them if they want to come. But they have the sovereignty to talk as a nation in a diplomatic way, and they have the power to fight the terrorists on a serious note. If they do so, US will not dare come.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sheikh, for those insightful words. Hope to see more of you in the future. Thank you very much, and do have a wonderful day, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.